Hello everyone. Today we'll be going into 9.5b, and this is going to be all about solving quadratics. So we've already learned solving by factoring, and we've learned solving by the quadratic formula, and today we're going to review those two and then learn another way of solving using square roots. So for this first one, we're just going to review solving by factoring. So my first step whenever I want to solve by factoring is I want to take out the GCF first. And so I notice here that all three of these terms share a W, so I'm going to go ahead and factor that out first. And so then I end up with that. And so this W is going to just hang out in the front, and so just to make sure I don't forget about it, I'm going to go ahead and draw an arrow and rewrite it down here. And now with what I'm left with in the parentheses, I'm going to go ahead and use my AC method to factor this out. So I'm going to multiply A times C, and so I get 1 times 16 is equal to 16. And I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 16 and add to my middle number, which is negative 8. So since I'm multiplying to positive 16 and adding to negative 8, that means that both of these numbers need to be negative. So I have negative 1, negative 16, negative 2, negative 8, negative 4, negative 4. And I see from all of those, negative 4 plus negative 4 gets me my negative 8. So do that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and split the middle. So instead of having negative 8W, I'm going to have negative 4W minus 4W. And now that I have four terms, I'm going to go ahead and factor by grouping. So I'm pairing them off. I'm going to look for the GCF of this first pair, and I see that this is W. So W squared divided by W, I get W. Negative 4W divided by W, I get minus 4. The GCF of my second pair is negative 4. Remember, we always want that first term to be positive, so I'm going to take out a negative, and the biggest number that goes in 4 and 16 is 4. So I get W minus 4. And I say I did this right because these two match. And so my last step here is to go ahead and take my GCFs. They're going to go into their own pair, or own parentheses, and then rewrite my shared. And now this one is asking me to solve it, and so for my last step, I'm going to set each of these three factors equal to 0 in solving them. So I get W equals 0, W minus 4 equals 0, W minus 4 equals 0. That one's already solved. Here, I just need to add 4. And so my two answers are W equals 0 and 4. Okay, let's try the next one. So this one, first step, I want to find the GCF. Here, this one, they don't all share an X. The 48 doesn't have an X, so I can't take out an X. But I see that the biggest number that goes into 8, 56, and 48 is going to be 8. Take out my 8. And when I divide that out, I have x squared minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. And then I'm going to rewrite my 8 down here. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to go ahead and finish factoring this out and solving. When you think you have it, go ahead and press play. So the answer you should have gotten were x equals 1 and x is equal to 6. So just a reminder to kind of pull things together is when we're solving these equations, we're really finding the x-intercepts. And so I could, if I were asking for these answers in ordered pair, this would really just be 0, 0, and 4, 0. This one would be 1, 0, and 6, 0. So we're really seeing where does the graph cross the x-axis. This is what we're solving for in all of these problems.